Bob, what did you see from your guys after about the first 6 minutes? And was that all just kind of emblematic of what you've seen from this team all year?
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. If any team needed practices to work on consistency and, execution, we did. And we can have those periods as we did today where I think we went down, 19 or 20, whatever it was. But like I told them in the locker room, I don't know if I've ever been more proud of a team that just doesn't quit. No matter what the mistakes, no matter what the circumstances are, they really fight, and that's a good base. So I'm really proud of the way they conducted themselves and played to win, even though we got manhandled in that first quarter.
Were you impressed with what the Grizzlies did defensively, especially against some of your key scorers?
Well, that's why they are in this play-in deal. It's why we've had a tough time against them all year. Their defense is solid. It's very physical. Taylor's done a great job. They really execute well. The style suits them. They did a fine job tonight.
Big picture wise with your team, do you feel comfortable or optimistic with the progress they've made this season, especially the young guys as they sort of develop?
Absolutely. Everybody got a chance to play, through the COVID, through the injuries. DeMar had a couple of hiatuses for personal reasons that he couldn't help. And they just stuck with it, no matter, what the travel was or how many games we had to play down the stretch. It was tough on them, but they didn't complain. They made no excuses. They did the best they could.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Tom. Let's go to Tom Orsborn.
Hup, what would you say is the biggest need for the club? Position wise.
I'm not going to go there now. We just, the season just ended. We got a lot of time for that.
Okay, I didn't know if we were doing something tomorrow or not. So
I don't know what you're doing.
Did you like what you got out of Gorgie tonight?
Of course I did. He played well.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll go to Tim Reynolds from the Associated Press.
I haven't been on every Zoom this year, but a lot of times after games, you've talked about how much you like the fight and the spirit of your group. In a year where you couldn't practice much, you couldn't even be around each other a lot because of all the COVID rules and whatnot. Where did that spirit, that unity, whatever you want to call it, where did that come from with this group? Because it was obviously under very unusual circumstances.
Well, I think that's, to their credit, both individually and as a group, they like each other. They enjoy each other off the court. They each other. So that's been a huge plus for the group as they grow. That will aid them immensely, as a team.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's go to Mike Finger.
Do you think there's going to be more years, more seasons like this that the Spurs kind of have to get through, where progress will be incremental, or do you see a big jump coming up anytime soon?
No, I don't know how in the world I would know if we're ever going to have a year like this. I certainly hope not. I have no control over the virus or, whatever might happen. I'm not sure I understand your question.
I was speaking more in terms, I understand why you thought I said that, but what I was talking more about was a year where you're kind of showing improvement developmental wise, but not necessarily with the record.
Well, that takes time. That doesn't happen. The more these guys get to practice together, the more they develop, hopefully, the record will bend in the correct direction. But we have to have, every team needs to have practice. But with, the number of young guys we have, it's really important.
unique, roller coaster, weird. I think them three things that definitely sums up the season. It was definitely daily challenges. We was one of the teams that got hit by the COVID bug. A lot of things. It was just a unique thing that we had to continuously make adjustments on every single day throughout this whole season.
Coach Pop talked about, and a lot of others, just, that never give up mentality, and everything you just talked about is, an average person might find it easy to give up in those situations, but you guys just kept on fighting. I mean, to have teammates and to be on a team with that kind of environment, how has it been, just for you and feeling, I guess, proud of these guys?
Yeah, we never laid down, with the amount of obstacles we had to go through playing. We never gave up. When our backs was against the wall, we always continuously found a way to try to fight. And, you got to give credit to all those guys, especially young guys that went out there and just fought. A lot of times with the limited amount of practice that we had, it was tough. It was tough, but one thing we had was fight. You got to respect those guys for that, my teammates for that, for sure.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anya. Let's go to Jeff McDonald.
DeMar, what did Memphis do defensively that made it, so difficult for some of you guys to get to your spots or to get the ball to go in the basket? Because it was a tough shooting night for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a different story if it was just one of us, if Memphis keying in, trying to make it difficult, whether if it was for me or anybody else. It was a collective effort, man. We fought. If one of us just had a decent shoot night, it would have changed the game for sure. We just couldn't get nothing to fall. There's a lot of shots that I took that felt good. Felt like I got to my spot. A lot of shots that DJ took that looked good that he normally make. Just one of those nights when the ball just didn't want to drop for us. We couldn't get a rhythm offensively, but we fought, man, and we put ourselves in a hole early. We fought all the way back and had the game, let a couple possessions slip away from us, and that kind of hurt us.
Obviously, the season didn't end the way you wanted it to. The record probably wasn't what you guys wanted. But when you look at the team and what they're building, did you see signs of progress? And are you kind of optimistic about what's to come for this group?
For sure. Like I said, we had limited amount of time to practice with how crazy this season has been, and, give us practice time, the opportunity to show young guys on a consistent basis, not just in game, but on a practice floor, to be able to, physically see and understand mistakes, how to clear them up. That goes a long way. We had a lot of young guys. It's different when you have a veteran team that's been together for a long time and, kind of gets it. We had a lot of young guys, and, not having that practice time, having guys hurt, the roller coaster season that we just had, it was hard for us to really catch a rhythm. So definitely optimistic about this group of guys that, one thing you could count on was us fighting.
I know it's 15 minutes after the season ended, but you're going to be a free agent this summer. What are your thoughts on would you be willing to stick around and help lead this rebuilding project? Is that something that appeals to you, or what are your thoughts there?
I've never been in this situation before in my career to be going, completely in as a free agent. I have no clue. It hasn't been something I thought about or ponder about, or I could sit up here and say, I got options. This, it's just, I'm still thinking about how we could have won, how we could have kept playing. So many emotions, just with these guys, and, having to go sit on the plane with those guys and, try to keep them upbeat, understanding that, it's definitely a learning curve. And this is something that could build you up for the long run in your career. So, that's my focus right now, is just trying to keep these guys' head up, be positive, as much as it sucks right now.
All right. Thanks, DeMar.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff. Let's go to Tom Petrini.
DeMar, what are you going to take away from this season that was a learning and growing experience for you and a lot of your teammates as that veteran, that mentor? How cool was it to play that role this year?
It was definitely fun because you see what guys started. You see the growth in them. You see the confidence in them. You see them learning tendencies out there on the court. You just see each step of the way. Whenever I could lend a helping hand and those guys be receptive, and whatever I tell them works. It feels good to go out there and see it. Not just a teammate of these guys. I'm a fan of them. I love to see them growth, and I want the best from them. For sure.
Mike Finger, we got time for one more. Make it quick.
DeMar, did the Spurs grow on you more over the past 3 years than you thought they would?
Yeah. I mean, my first year here was embracing on and off the court. Never had one complaint. Never, it was an easy transition for me, honestly. Since the first day I got here, from the coaching staff, from the office to players, every single player I played with since I've been here has been great on and off the court. And you're not lucky to be able to be in that type of position in this league, from the experience of guys that I just know that have been a few places over the league. So it's definitely an honor to be a part of this organization. Everything they did for me, how they treated me, my family, things that they did, it's definitely A1.
Just first, congrats on, such an insane season and fighting through the way you guys did. With that said, everyone we've had come through has talked about just that being proud of, facing everything you guys have had. How do you reflect on this season?
It's bittersweet, because obviously, you want to do better, you want to go further. But I'm proud of my teammates. I'm proud of my coaches. I'm proud of everyone that contributed. We went through a lot of trials, throughout the season, a lot of ups and downs. And for some reason, it's just like we couldn't give up. We kept fighting, regardless of what 5 stepped on the court, we kept fighting. Regardless of score, we kept fighting. Regardless of situation, we kept fighting. And as a team, as a player, that's all you can ask for, honestly. And I couldn't be more proud of my teammates for having my back throughout the whole season.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks, Anya. Let's go to Jeff McDonald. Jeff.
Keldon, just when you look forward, are you sort of optimistic about the young core and where you guys are headed?
I know we got a lot of young pieces, but it really sucks from tonight. It's hard to just move on like that. You put in so much hard work, and it's still kind of stuck on tonight's game. So I can't really get past it that quick. So I can't really give you an exact answer on that.
Well, tonight, tell me the difference between starting in a 21-point hole and then what you guys were able to do over the final 3.5 quarters.
We didn't come out like we should have. We dug ourselves a hole, but we kept fighting. And it could just give up and say, it was a good season. But as you can tell, the group, we kept fighting. Our coaches, they kept fighting. And we got back in the game and we made it a ball game. And coming down the stretch, we didn't hit shots like we wanted to. We didn't capitalize like we wanted to. But we kept fighting, and that's all you can ask for.
Do you feel for a guy like DeMar, who's been such a big shot maker for you guys all year, and just couldn't buy one tonight?
It happens. We're gonna live or die with DeMar, whether he's making shots or he's missing shots. That's our guy. So it is what it is. If he would have made them, we would have been talking a different story, but he missed them. But to me, it doesn't matter. He's proven all season, his whole career, what type of guy he is. He takes and makes big shots. He's a big time player. So just because he missed them tonight doesn't mean we was gonna stop going to him.
All right, thanks.
No problem.
Let's go to Tom Petrini. Tom?
Keldon, Devin said that he talked to you after the game and said this is going to be the last time that you guys miss the playoffs. You know, what have you seen from his motivation as a rookie, and do you think that the sort of pain of the last 2 years here, leaving a bad taste in your guys' mouth, will be good motivation moving forward?
Definitely. I think 100%. I feel like, I mean, we hungry, you know, and we ready to get back to it, you know. And I mean, it's not a good feeling not making the playoffs. I can tell you that.
Thanks.
No problem.
We got one more from Jeff Garcia from News 4. Jeff?
Hey, Keldon, how important was it for this young team to get this type of experience? I know it wasn't a playoff game, but still, it had a vibe of a playoff feel.
I mean, it's definitely experience under the belt. I think we just got a little taste of what's to come. You know, I think that we hungry. We want that playoffs, and we want to do well in the playoffs. I feel like that. I mean, we hungry and ready to work, man. That's all you can ask for from a young group.
All right, thank you, buddy.
No problem.